And the first is Iran's hatred of the West. Let's back it up. Check out this footage of people partying back in the 70s. Normal, right? Except these are Iranians and Israelis partying in Iran. See, shortly after Israel's independence in 1948, things were pretty chill between Iran and Israel. Iran was actually the second Muslim-majority country to recognize Israel. They collaborated on trade, and Israel's national airline had daily, non-stop flights between Tel Aviv and Tehran.
Huh? What?
How'd that happen? Well, even though Iran was a Muslim-majority country, it was run by a secular dictator. And the Shah was a big fan of Western values, like education, women's rights, religious freedom, but not a big fan of other Western values, like democracy, freedom of the press, not jailing and torturing dissidents. And yet, his iron-fisted rule of Iran was propped up by Western countries, which made the West very unpopular with Iranians who didn't like the Shah. And in the 1970s, that population was growing. Then came the tipping point. In 1979, a popular uprising known as the Islamic Revolution swept through the country. The Shah was out, and an Islamic cleric known as the Ayatollah was in, establishing the Islamic Republic of Iran. Okay, so given that history, I can totally understand why Iran's a little bit wary of Western influence, with how the West supported the Shah despite his brutal policies. And I get why Israel might get lumped in with all of that. But I was still left with the question, why does Iran have this special focus on Israel? The Islamic Republic of Iran wasn't just annoyed with the West's interference in internal politics. An important part of Ayatollah Khomeini's movement was to oppose Western imperialism more generally and push for the establishment of Islamic states, ruled by Sharia law. And where's the front line of the battle against Western imperialism? Israel. Iran sees Israel as the first step taken by Western countries to take over the entire region and destroy Islam. It's just the smaller version of the bigger imperialist problem posed by the US and other countries. Khomeini even had cute nicknames for Iran's new enemies. He called the US the Great Satan and Israel the Little Satan. So if Israel is the first foothold of the West's imperialist expansion, there's a logic to Iran wanting to put the kibosh on the Jewish state before things got out of hand.
Now I'm gonna put the kibosh on you.